there's criticism that you double dip, as I call it. You've got money to pay for these great programs, the mandates, whatever, but it's stacked full of commercials. And how do you feel about that? Do you think you are double dipping? You should just do worthy programs. You not need to fill it with adverts.
I don't know what double dipping means.
Well, you're getting money from the government to make it, and then you're getting the commercial advertising on top. You do that like broadcast, but it's sponsored by somebody to do it. Yeah. So it's technically a public service broadcast program because you've gone somewhere to do something, but it's being paid for by one of your clients.
It's the argument we've just had. If they give us enough money so that we don't have to do that.
How much money do you want?
Well, it depends what the service is going to be. If we're going to strip out entertainment, and we're going to do this, that and the other, then what we have is the Communications Commission issuing us with a licence. 3FM, they've all got licences. No one in the Communications Commission costs what that licence requires. The Treasury, on the other side of government, pluck a figure out of the air every year, probably one based on what they did last year. They don't talk to the Communications Commission about how much it costs to do.
Well, you're saying no one's talking to you. You feel disenfranchised by Treasury, don't you?
We're in the middle of this. Neither of them talk to us, and neither of them talk to each other. So we're left to pick up the bill and make it work.
Do you think it's acceptable to come in with a loss then? 3 years on the trot. You've got Bill Mummery, who's a businessman, and he's even sort of agreeing that he can't. He said he was happy it was less than last year. I mean, are these things that in future you won't be allowed to probably do because they're saying you've got to come in within budget? Can you not run it as a business to the degree of coming in neutral? You must know where those extra costs are coming from, or are you saying it's complete guesswork and you don't know at the end of the year?
Of course we know.
So you know you're going to run a deficit?
There are no extra costs. I've just told you our cost base has been the same, has reduced.
Yes. But it's still a deficit.
It's still a deficit because
you can't balance it. That's my point.
No, we
can
can't.
You not balance those books?
No, because we're required to do stuff that they're not paying us for.
But there's other stuff we've just been through. Stuff the risk you can cut. You could cut hours. You could cut certain things out of your broadcast period.
We're having the same discussion again. I've explained why we won't do that, because we are failing the public.
Right. You're going to have a new MD at some point. The government has said they want to have more input now into the directorship. You're a director, obviously. Your views on that?
Totally unacceptable.
Who should make the decision on who's going to run it?
Well, they're asking for input into our strategy and our policy. And one of the recommendations sinisterly says that unless an agreement is formed between the Treasury, Manx Radio and the Communications Commission, the money will be withheld. What agreement? What is it that we have to agree? Are they going to dictate our programming? And so on and so on. We are now at a state where Vladimir Putin would be embarrassed. This is not public service broadcasting. The precepts of public service broadcasting give us guaranteed independence. These recommendations stand that on its head.
So much more. And we haven't even gone into half of this thing. Is this going to rumble on? But at the end of the day, do you feel in your waters here that something will change? Or like everything else, it'll just go into the long grass and things will just pretty well carry on as before?
That's such a good question, Paul, because there is a stack of select committee reports going back so many years that...
Every 5 years?
No, not just about us, but all sorts of things. You ask, have any of them ever been actioned? Probably not. Once they've debated it and passed it through, no one ever goes back to find whether these things have been actioned. And the Treasury totally ignored the recommendations of the last one anyway. So who knows what's going to happen?
Finally, would you like to see a Manx person, not necessarily born here, but just someone from the Island running the station in the future, rather than at one stage there was a lot of UK people that came in to take the high jobs? What do you think?
You mean perhaps you?
No.
You haven't applied for the job.
No.
I can reveal that.
No.
I don't care where they come from.
You do want it yourself, I mean? I think I'm probably angling. Would you like to do it?
Oh, good heavens, no.
No?
No, I'm not competent to do it. I'm okay as a member of the board of directors, but not to run the station. The best person for the job is who we want.
So you had the shortlist, you've done all this, have you? Ready to go with the new person, or you have to wait?
No, we're still doing interviews.
But you can't make a decision until Alf Cannon says it's okay or something. That's what
He said a while back, don't do these interviews, and we've said, look, this is going to leave us in a ludicrous position because Anthony's already agreed to stay on a few extra months, but he wants to retire. He wants to go skiing. So we have to get somebody else in as quickly as possible. It's probably going to be on a short-term contract, so we do know what's going to happen. But we have to have somebody at the top.